everyone for allowing me to reschedule this from last week. I really appreciate it.
Okay, can everyone state their name so we can call to order? Take a roll call.
Doug Lee.
Pete Chalecki.
Chris Siri.
Chris Cassidy.
And Rick Morrell. A roll call has taken, and we will all be voting. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes of January 11th meeting?
This is Doug's move.
Sweet second.
Is the motion on the table? All in favor?
Doug.
Aye.
Pete,
Pete, aye.
Chris, Chris,
Oh,
Yes.
aye.
Oh, not me.
and Rick Morrell, aye. Unanimous. Minutes have been approved. Dan, any communications?
None at this time. Nope.
Old business IWWCC number 24-01 318R Old Canterbury Turnpike.
Yeah, this is a proposed land disturbance for a timber harvest. We have the applicant on. Chris, if you just want to give a brief overview for everybody.
Yeah, this is Chris Cassidy. I'm the forester overseeing this timber harvest. It's a pretty straightforward operation. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the property, but it's the old Benson Tree Farm at the end of Old Canterbury Turnpike on the Occam side. There's an existing network of skid roads that go through the hardwood portion of this property, and those are going to be used. There's a couple temporary crossings we're going to have to utilize, and we're going to put portable timber mats in there and corduroy the approaches as needed. It's a wet time of year right now, and we're not looking to jump right on this hot and heavy. We're going to let the ground conditions improve a little bit, hopefully, and should go pretty smooth out there. So I guess I'm just here to field any questions you might have about it. And for a jurisdictional ruling that this is permitted as use of right.
Do any members of the commission have any questions?
The crossings, you say mats?
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
can
Yes.
you go into just a little more detail?
Well, there's an established channel of the cross. These are mats made out of 8x8, 16 feet long and 4 feet wide. We set them in place with the equipment, and it keeps us right up and out of any channel. And then the approaches of these areas, if they, start to get wet, we'll
I'm sorry, you broke up there the last couple sentences.
perpendicular to the, just to minimize the disturbance of those areas. Well, would be, branches and logs that.
Now we lost you altogether. Did anybody make out what Chris is saying?
This is no.
Dan, have you been out to the site?
I have not been out to the site. What I heard him say is they have the mats that they place over the channel.
But most of the trails we're using there have been used historically for firewood, and I should be in okay service. I can hear you. Can you guys hear me? Or
Now we can, yeah.
hello? Oh, good, good, good. Sorry. Out in the
So-
Northwest Hills at the moment.
You kind of broke up once you talked about laying down the mat. You broke up after that. I don't think anybody heard anything after what you said then.
All right, fair enough. So once we have the channel with mats to keep the equipment up and out of it, the approaches on the trail sometimes will corduroy by laying logs or branches perpendicular to the trail. It keeps the equipment up and out of thing. It's standard practice for that type of application. And what I was saying is the roads that we're utilizing are already in place, so they're not new disturbances. These are all existing crossings and woods roads, so they won't be hard to stabilize and keep in good shape. Did you get that?
Anybody else have any questions?
This is Doug. I do not have any questions of the applicant.
Pete,
Nope, no questions.
Chris?
No questions.
All right, I suppose that we are now looking for a motion to approve.
Rich, I do have a brief memo that has normal. I'll just note that Brandon Hyde's also signing on at the moment, just for you to know.
Okay,
We do have some comments from the city engineer and from MPU that we'd ask be addressed. Chris, applicant Chris, not Chris from the commission, did you see
Yeah.
those comments on the portal?
I did. I reviewed both those memos and everything looks fine by me.
Okay. So we do have some normal points if someone decides to make a favorable ruling that I'll ask to waive the reading of, but that'll be included in the approval letter. Do you have any hours of operation that you
I mean, these guys do like to get an early start, especially when it's cold, but
Yeah.
nothing will be out of the normal working hours in the city of Norwich. You know, push comes to shove, sometimes agricultural, you know, we take that excuse, but I don't think the crew I'm going to have out there is going to start any too early.
Okay. I'm all right with that. That's all I have for you, Rich.
okay. Any other comments by any members? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table?
So this is Doug. I make a motion that we approve IWWCC 24-1 with the memo from staff and conditions listed therein included.
Is there a second?
Pete, second.
All in favor?
Doug, aye.
Chris Siri, aye.
Pete, aye.
Rick Morel, aye.
Brandon Hyde, aye.
Unanimous, so passed. Thank you, Chris.
Great, thank you. And I will touch base with the office when we start.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Any new business, Dan?
No, not at this time. I haven't gotten any new applications in, so
Other business,
no, sir.
violations?
Just a quick update on the investigations I brought up last time. We have the Ford Avenue tree that was dropped. We haven't seen any movement on that yet. I did hear from the homeowner who the tree fell onto his property, so we're working with them and the people that cut it down to come to a resolution. It's kind of a civil / wetlands matter at this point. So I think I'll have an update for you at the next meeting on that.
Very good. Is there a move to adjourn?
This is Doug, so moved.
Brandon, aye. Second.
All in favor?
Doug,
Chris,
aye.
aye.
Unanimous. So moved. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you all. I really appreciate